Hey YouTube, so we're going on our road trip. This is everything that we're bringing. It's going to be us two and two dogs. So we're going to see how it fits in our Model Y. Let's see if we can get everything to go in. We have it at 316 miles. I think 100% says 319. So we just let it charge for the rest of the day. We're gonna have to take out our mobile charger just so we can have that on the road just in case. Pack it into this like nice little case that we got with the Model Y and get going. Got to load up the dogs. Got this nice little Tesla hat as an early Christmas present from my soon-to-be mother-in-law. We have the dogs in the back. Everything's packed in the front and the back storage areas. We actually weren't prepared and we had to go get quarters from the bank just because Oklahoma has a lot of tolls. So what we're going to do, we're driving down to El Paso, Texas from Arkansas. That's about a 980 mile trip, about almost 1,000 miles. And then after that, we'll have actually more trips going towards Grand Canyon, Utah, and Colorado, but that would be other videos. So in this trip, you'll see the 2-day saga that is our road trip, our first road trip in the Tesla Model Y. And we'll make sure to reset that. So right now we're at 0 miles. First stop is at a Supercharger right outside of Tulsa. I think we have 2 Supercharger stops before we hit our hotel later tonight. So let's see how this road trip goes. And I'm also excited about having you guys join us on the journey down to Texas. So we started driving around the highway. One thing that we noticed earlier today when packing was that it's super windy. It says we'll get there to Catoosa Supercharger with 59%. Let's see how that actually holds up, if that's true.
Where do you want to eat? I don't care.
So as you guys can see, we got here with, it's not going to tell us, but last time we checked, it was actually around like 48% charge when it told us 59. We were supposed to only charge for 20 minutes, but since we used so much on the trip, it's now 30 minutes. But let's get it plugged in. Had to take out the dogs so they can use the bathroom and kind of stretch. They get super anxious, which sucks. Our first supercharging on this road trip. The casino is like far over there. There's basically a sign saying you have to call valet to get complimentary shuttle or transportation to the casino itself. There's a lot of Teslas here. I think there's 5, including us. So it's gonna take some time, but we're probably just gonna jump back in the car because it's cold outside. It's like probably 30 or 40. All right, 5 minutes left. I think we've actually been here for around 40 minutes. I haven't kept track of it. The current session is 920. We have 317 miles of range right now. That's pretty much full. Ardmore's next. We're gonna get there at 9:10, which is exactly 3 hours and 10 minutes. Before predicted, we would get here with 59. We got here with 48. So we actually got here with 12% less. That means we could potentially get there close to 0, which is kind of risky. Oh. So we're not really even halfway through, but we've made it to Prague, Oklahoma, sadly. But we'll see. It's a nice little town. Look at the little Christmas lights they have up. Hopefully. So we got here with 34 miles to spare. As you guys can see, all the notices for low battery. We got to the Ardmore Supercharger, I believe it's called, and it was a 3-hour drive from the Tulsa one, the one in Catoosa, which was a pretty long drive. It was a lot of backcountry roads and then some highway driving, but I don't think we could have gotten much further, so made it with just enough. So we're getting pretty good rate right now, especially because we're only at 36 miles. 20 minutes of charging. We got, I think, 191 miles And it says that we're going to get to our destination with 20% charge. And we'll get there around 11:32, which is an hour longer than what we anticipated when we first started the trip. Alright, see you guys at the hotel. So we made it here with 46 miles to spare, so 14% left. It predicted us at 20%, so a little bit less. We've done 400 miles today. We drove for about 7.5 hours, I think. 136 kilowatt hours, 338 watt hours per mile. The main reason why we chose this hotel is because it actually has a Tesla destination charger. If it lets us. It'll charge up to 109 hours. So I think just in time for us to go pick up my sister. Alright, until next time, since we want to get some sleep, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so we're all packed up. We charged it to 100%. Gotta go get my sister now, but we'll check back in once we're at the airport.
There's a Tesla service center.
So I wouldn't call it a successful pickup. Like, this is how many people we can fit in the back. But not a successful pickup, probably because it was really messy. Dallas Love Field Airport sucks, so don't ever fly in there. We're gonna get started on this trip. Tesla One's telling us Midland and Pecos, but we're actually hitting Sweetwater, then Midland, then Pecos, and then we're actually stopping in Van Horn. So let's see how that goes. I think each stop is about 20 minutes of charge each. The Cisco one is pretty low, I think, just because we'll be able to get fast charge there. Hey guys, so here at the Supercharger in Cisco, Texas, already preconditioned and everything. So we're going to charge for, I think it's at 6 minutes on the Better Route Planner. Pretty packed, but Supercharger only has one behind us. Alright, so we've been here for 10 minutes. We charge from 26% up to 59%, which is enough to get us to our next Supercharger. So for this charge session, it was 286. Next stretch is, it says Midland, but I think a Better Route Planner is actually saying that we should stop in one in between. So it actually says Sweetwater, if you guys can see that. So an hour and 50. Sweetwater Supercharger. Oh, you guys missed it. It was going up super fast. Gonna be here for 20 minutes so we can get to the Midland one. As you guys can see, we don't have enough charge, or it's not even calculating it, but we don't have enough charge to even get there. So I don't think there's any superchargers in between. So, thank you, Christy, for doing that last stretch of an hour and a half. Got here with 27 miles. It says that we need to charge for 40 minutes. We're actually going to do another stop. Why did I not pause this? So, yeah, got here with 27 miles. It's a little bit less than 10% charge. Says we need to charge for 40 minutes, but we're actually going to do another stop in between here and Van Horn. So we'll charge it for 20 minutes and just do another hour and a half trip, which I think these are nice actually. Alright, so as you guys can see, the car is super dirty. All these bugs on it. I mean, it makes sense, it's a road trip, right? You're not gonna have a clean car coming out of this, but we'll definitely need to give her a wash once we get done with the full drive. Next stop is Pecos, Texas Supercharger. Gonna get there with 26% charge. definitely less than that. I get the shorter route because it's only an hour and 18, and she had an hour 30 in the last round. So that white car has been following us. They've been at every single supercharger that we've been at for the past 2. So we'll see if they're going all the way down to El Paso. I think we're both leaving. We gotta beat them. All right, see you guys at Pecos. We're getting pretty good rate of charge right now, 138 kilowatt. It says 45 minutes, but we're not going to sit here. We're going to do another stop in between here in El Paso. We'll be here for probably 15 more minutes. Yeah, they're our friends. We haven't talked to them, but our friendly friends and a Model 3 charging with us along the route. All right, see you guys at the Van Horn's Supercharger. Where are we at?
Van Horn?
Yeah.
Horn or Horn?
Van Horn. Horn, yeah. So we have 26 miles at this point. I think it was about 9% charge. She drove this stretch about an hour 18. That's good. We'll be here for about 20 minutes. I think that's all we really need. We might want to charge it a little bit more though, just so we can have enough to drive around once we get there to get some dinner and drop off our sister at my parents' house. So yeah, last Supercharger, guys. Next time you see us, we'll be at our destination, our first part of our road trip. We're gonna be in El Paso for a week. And then so this was our first road trip with our Tesla Model Y. It definitely was a unique experience given that we've never driven such a long distance with an electric car. Luckily we have a Tesla, so we have the Supercharger network at our disposal. They're continually building out their Supercharger network, which is amazing because all the stops that we've had, it seems like there's enough Superchargers where we didn't have any type of range anxiety. Once we got here, we had to clean our beautiful Model Y Car DT just because we wanted to shine while we were with our family and driving around the city of El Paso. Getting into some of the specifics, I'm sure you guys would be curious to see what the cost of this road trip, of this first stretch of our road trip, actually was. 1,005 mile trip. It's going to be 16 hours and 6 minutes of driving, 2 hours and 20 minutes of charging. In the orange line, this is one of the stretches that we're more worried about. It was a 3-hour drive in between these two Superchargers. If you consider the 14 hours and 27 minutes with an ICE car versus the 18 hours and 26 minutes, that's about a 4-hour difference. We added about 2 hours of driving in there. So it's not the same as an ICE car, but I can tell you from this experience, it's actually more convenient than you would think it is. These are all the Supercharger stops that we had to make to get down to El Paso. The total cost of all those were $42.24. You spent half as much as you would if you were driving an ICE car, which is already amazing on top of the maintenance costs that an ICE car requires after a few thousand miles of driving versus an electric car like a Tesla. We appreciate you guys watching. We are going to be driving further along the western coast, going to Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, and then coming back. If you guys want to see anything, please just comment below. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you are interested in this content and you want to see more. We'll definitely keep putting out content about our Model Y. As always, have a good day. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you guys in the next video.